nigga.
I got questions.
Oh shit! I ain't said that. I don't know, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all I need to know is what direction we going. You send the information I
You're
need.
a professional, nigga.
And then we know each other. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
some stuff I know. So
Yeah, it's great like that.
yeah. And to be honest, everybody that I done talked to been in my network. So I done known bare minimum. Trying to think. Now everybody I had probably 10 years plus, definitely. Some longer, but definitely at least 10 years.
Okay,
So.
that's what's up. Yeah.
All right, you roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Dinner with the Dealer podcast. I'm the host, your art dealer. To my right is a classmate. What year you came out?
Nigga, I was shit.
Oh, yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah,
ago.
a long time.
Josie alumni. Let's do it like that. Josie
Negative.
alumni.
No Josie, bro.
Bro, we did go to Josie.
I mean, I went there in school in Augusta, though, nigga. I went to alternative school.
Okay,
Richmond.
where did you graduate? You graduated from where? Richmond?
I don't think my kids know I'm a high school dropout, nigga. I've been lying to them for years, Jack. You just gonna put it out there?
Nah, we can cut it out if you want to. It's up to you. However you gonna do it.
No,
Listen, man.
No, that's all good. But Josie, man, Richmond, all that.
That's why. That's my first time meeting you at Josie.
Straight like that.
Yeah. But also part of one of the dopest groups in Augusta, Impact Strong. Now is a family man, businessman, now a poet. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Malik the Drunken Poet. What's good with you?
I appreciate you, baby. How you feeling, man?
I cannot complain.
You know, no doubt, absolutely. I'm out here sweating, man. It's warm in here, man. But you know, it's cold outside though.
It's Georgia weather.
It is Georgia weather, bro.
Because you know, at one I think last week we probably had every season.
Straight like that.
We definitely had winter, summer, and spring last week in Georgia. Yeah. So overseas, I don't know if it's like that or how it goes.
No. I've been in Africa, man. It's literally 85 degrees year round out that thing, man. Yeah, over there where I'm located, but it's about 85 degrees in here right now too. So shit, I'm highly comfortable.
Okay. So before, tell the people before Malik the Drunken Poet, where were you? Like, tell me. Let's go back. Let's go all the way back because you know what I'm saying. My introduction to you, like I said, for small time, you were at Josie. But also, you was a part of a group, Impact Strong, that was very active and very respected and appreciated here. So, tell the people how that came about first.
Oh man, so right. We were young kids in Augusta trying to find our way. You know what I'm saying? Fell in love with the music. You know what I'm saying? I started off down the way, Pickett Avenue, 10th Street, 9th Street. You know what I'm saying? That's where I came up at, and then I ended up moving out to the south side of Augusta as well, man. Where I linked up with a couple boys out there. Lex De Niro.
Yep.
I know you remember Lex.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Lit.
Yeah. We started doing our thing. Then I had Rock Dolo, N-Dog, and all those guys got together. One of the difficulties that you always run into in Augusta as it pertains to local artists is just opportunity. Yeah. So we was one of those guys, along with you guys, right? We decided to make our own opportunities, and that's when you seen the T-shirts come out and the promotional CDs and all of that good stuff. And we started pushing. Eventually, we ended up going on tour. And traveling up and down the southeast, it was good times, and I think, and we mentioned him earlier. People like Brother Trav, who was like a big brother, he facilitated a lot of our opportunities for us to stay out of the streets, right? Renting out these different venues, whether it was Continuum or you remember Continuum, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't remember the spot over on Washington, on Riceville Road behind the McDonald's. There's another spot back there that we used to always perform at. But them was good days.
I remember the name of that. It's on the tip of my tongue. They used to do parties and everything in there too.
Right. It was, man.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of this spot, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. So that gave us the legs to learn how to perform. Got rid of the stage fright and all of that good stuff. Writing had always been my thing. Right. So before, when you look at the art of creating music and writing music, it's all poetry at the end of the day.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So it always been my passion. But life happens, right? The music thing was going extremely well, but a few of our members ended up getting locked up. Then we had people just moving away, and then I started, traveling overseas and contracting and things of that way. So everybody went their different ways, and life happens. Okay. So this whole Drunken Poet thing is my way of returning back to my true self, to my passion and whatnot, for sure.
Okay. So, what from the hip hop era did you bring with you now into this poetry journey?
Oh man, storytelling.
Okay.
All right, so everybody deserves to have their story told, but not everybody is articulate enough to illustrate exactly what they're going through, right? Hell, even Jesus, somebody had to tell his story. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And I honestly believe, that's my calling here, right? Is to be able to not only tell people's story, but interpret it. Most 95% of the things that I write, and some of the stuff that I have put out up until now, these aren't my stories. These are conversations with friends, and they're going through some things, and we know that we go through things in order for other people to learn from them. It's not necessary for us to learn from them. Right. But if you can't articulate that, then somebody got to be there to do it for you. Okay. Right. And I truly believe that's my purpose here. So that's how I'm rocking.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
I remember, like I said, the music time, and then I knew you started working abroad. So how did that journey go? Like, what did you? Because if I'm not mistaken, did you start in Africa, or where you started at?
Oh man, no, I started in the Middle East, right? Okay. So when the Iraq War first popped off, we was doing the Impact Strong thing, and I don't even exactly remember what I heard and how I heard it, but I overheard somebody say, hey man, if you go overseas and work, you can make about $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
And I'm like 21 years old, and my ears shot up, and I started doing the research and whatnot. I figured out what companies it was, and fast forward 6 months later, I'm in the middle of a war zone. Right, they didn't say that part, what I'm saying, right? Yeah. But I'm in Iraq, man, and I'm trying to, I found like a little entry level job, but I started chasing that money, right? And the thing about chasing that, prioritizing money and things of that nature over your purpose, you lose a lot, right? You lose time with your family, you lose friends, relationships, and far too often you lose yourself, right? And that's one of the things that I had challenged with over the years. All these years trying to go prioritizing, trying to get the bag. You know what I'm saying? I stopped focusing on what my true calling is and what my true purpose is. But yeah, so we were doing the music for a while. That went well. I started contracting. I started off in Iraq, but I pretty much been on every continent now as it pertains to contracting, whether it's Asia. I've been all through Europe. I done visit South America a few times, but I've pretty much been everywhere around the continent trying to get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So how was that experience? Like, is it something that happened in the midst of that led to that? Cause I know a couple other people that was doing that work too, and it looks fun.
That shit ain't fun. shit ain't fun at all, Jack. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm like, and I get it. I'm seeing vacations and getaways and people doing their thing, and I know they get money and stuff like that. But anything that you get comes with a sacrifice.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that part is not being exposed. So
right. Well, so the way we even know what people got going on is by what they decide to show us, right?
That's true.
They don't talk about the nights when you're just you and your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Or the holidays when you're watching your family and friends get together and enjoy each other and be around each other, and you're sitting over there by yourself eating some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? All they talking about is that 2 weeks that they got on vacation. You know what I'm saying? And they were able to go to Thailand or Maldives or somewhere like that and have a good time, but that shit go by like that. And next thing you know, you back over there. You know what I'm saying? In the trenches, right?
Yeah.
But there's some, depending on where you go, right? There's some places you can go. Like I was in Budapest, working out there for a little bit. Budapest is a party town. It's a nice time. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful place, especially in the summertime. So there are sometimes you can get a job in a particular location where it's just it's a vibe, right? But most of the time, especially if you try to make some real money, you got to be in them trenches, Jack. You living in tents. You know what I'm saying? Eating some whatever they serving that day type vibe. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but it's all good, man. Okay. I mean, it's a sacrifice, but for me, the biggest thing was to be able to, make sure my kids were getting what they needed to get. You know what I'm saying? Making sure they were straight. So
gotcha.
Yeah, that's cool.
So what moment? So was there a particular moment or something that happened when you was there that said, "I need to get back to my calling"?
Oh man, damn, that's a good ass question. You really do this, huh?
No, I mean, but I mean, I'm a creative too. So sometimes
Right.
something, most of the time when a person pivots, it's a cause for it. Something happened, and it may not even be. It might not be good. It may be bad. It may just be a moment where you like, man. Like I'll be honest, not trying to. But on a personal note, for me, for the last week, I've been listening to nothing but like Suave House. And that's everything that I listened to when I was in high school. And I don't know why. I can't even tell you why. Like I started listening to Shine and Recline, and it's like I went into a whole everything, all the old school. Like it's been heavy. So that's why I say most times something happens, or a feeling comes. You know what I mean?
Right. No. Well, so for me, I'm a firm believer in like affirmations, right? In the power of the tongue and spoken word, right?
Yeah.
So, anything I have ever wanted, or ever really wanted, whether it was issues I was having in a relationship, or whether it was just my situation to change, man, I'll tend to manifest those type of things, right?
Okay.
But far too often, what I ask for is not exactly what I need, right? So you gotta start more so asking for His will to be done versus exactly what you want, right?
Yeah.
Over time, man, I think, hey, I want this position, so I end up getting that position. I want this. I want to work in this country, and I end up going to that country. And all of it just wasn't what I needed. You know what I'm saying? So I found myself waking up in the middle of the night and just writing. And once I started moving in that direction, I always been a writer, right? But once I started moving in that direction, man, everything started working out for me. Where I needed to go, I was getting there, right? So my new thing now, what's happening with me right now is everything I'm doing is all about my purpose.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm moving in my purpose, everything else around me will work. And I'm a firm believer that it is my purpose to write, to speak, to tell stories, to be an orator. So that's what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I can't think of one particular thing. But life, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just get to a place like, what am I doing right here? What do I supposed to be doing? What do God want me to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once you truly understand what that answer is, you move in that direction. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're in the space, Malik the Drunken Poet. What's the is it a new project coming, or performances, or what are you looking at going for now?
Right. So I perform all over the world.
Okay.
Right. Any spot that I can. I got relationships and whatnot. So I travel to about 10 countries in Africa as part of my job, right? So when at these locations, I have relationships in which I'm able to, set up my little performance pieces and whatnot. So that's cool. When I'm here in Augusta, so this Friday I have a performance. I'm sorry, this Thursday I have a performance coming up, radio interview coming up, and I also have a performance out in Houston coming up next week. Good God. I probably should have put that on mute, right?
That's the money. That's the purpose calling.
It's great like that.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah. So I'm constantly performing. I do plan on putting out a project in the very very near future. At this moment, I'm just working on trying to get accustomed to this social media part of things. We come from the old school. We was out passing out CDs. You feel me? It's a whole different ball game out here right now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm getting comfortable with that. I do got the Drunken Poet on my TikTok page, and I also got it on Instagram as well when I'm putting out different pieces and whatnot. So. The poetry, man, is like a conversation, a one-way conversation that you can have with people and share your thoughts and how you view your viewpoints, right? I'm really getting comfortable in this space, man, and I'm happy to do it. If me and you having a conversation about something, we can go back and forth all day, but sometimes you're not able to get your true thoughts out. because people interrupt and people want to sometimes impose their thoughts and how they believe onto you, right? So I like this opportunity to just get what I need to say out to everybody, man.
Okay. So performance Thursday at Cliff.
Yeah,
Cliffism?
Cliffism over there with brother Trav.
hosting.
Yeah,
and what that's an 8?
yeah, that's going to be from 8 to 10, I believe.
8 to 10.
8 to 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're in this space. You're in the space of poetry now,
Yes, sir.
and performing and connecting with people. What do you want people to leave with from your poetry? Like when they get a chance to experience, whether it's online or performance, what emotion do you want them to leave with?
What emotion do I want them to leave with? Yeah, I honestly hope that. I actually say that in one of my pieces. But I hope that you can hear a little something that tell you to keep pumping.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Hear a phrase that is inspired better days. You know what I'm saying? Motivation. And to let you know that you're not going through this alone, man. We all go through. Like I said, somebody had to tell Jesus' story, right? Somebody, everybody. There's a story that you can relate to, and people are going through these things. The same thing that you go through on a day-to-day basis, other people are going through them too. And I just hope that when you hear a piece from me, you'll be able to use that particular piece to get you through your day, man. And that's all I really want.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? People please you, man. You know how Aquarius do.
Gotcha.
You know.
So with the poetry, do you have poets that you're working with? You got a top 5? You got anybody you pay attention, or just you brand new?
I got like Jasmine Man, of course, Obi West. Like those are some of like just some dope inspirations that I got. But right now I'm Dolo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the mix like I would like to be. Because for the most part I'm not in the U.S. most of the time.
That's
right,
true.
right.
That's
so, but the show that I have out in Houston coming up, I plan to rub some shoulders with some talented individuals and try to get in that circuit a little better, man. But I don't mind being by myself. I spend 90% of my time alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's fine. It's all good.
Got you.
Yeah.
So the Houston show is next week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then you going back to Africa.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out to West Africa, Ivory Coast.
And then how long will it Will you be coming back this way? Or
I'll definitely be back in May.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be back in May, and I probably have some. I know one thing though, and in the middle, my Mahogany Lounge. When the next one? We still doing that? That's over with.
I ain't gonna say it's over with. It's just I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm curious about the appreciation for poetry in our city.
Interesting.
To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Like listening to your story and hearing what you got going on in the direction you're going, I love it because you still got somebody who still wants to do it. We're in a space now where we're missing a lot. And to be honest with you, it kind of troubles me, you know what I'm saying? Because I love art, whatever it is.
Right.
And, building a platform like Mahogany Lounge and then seeing how things are going. Like we did one last year, and Abyss came down and he was like, "Where everybody at?" I'm like, "Bro, people retiring."
That's deep.
That's wild because as a creative, you may never say, you know what I'm saying, you may not be currently active.
Right.
But the fact that people actually are stepping away from it, it just means something. Tommy Bottoms is another poet. He did Mahogany some years back, and he said something, and that stuck with me. And P was like, "Hey man, y'all got to keep supporting these things and these events, because if you don't, you're gonna look up and it's gone." So I'm just curious, for me, to be honest with you, I think things come back around always again. Us having this conversation might be the catalyst for something coming back around. I don't know.
For sure.
But a lot of times when it comes to that, it's just, I don't know if people embrace it like they used to. And I'm not going to say just Augusta because, you go up the street to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Some of the peers that I've known to work with, they're dealing with some of the same things and they're pivoting, doing other things too.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So I don't know the landscape of the poetry community as it pertains to, stateside, right? I know it's a big thing, in other places, but I would be interested to try to re-engage the local community as it pertains to poetry. Because I was out at Cliffism with like Brother Trav. You know, he's a big poet, right? And he had a nice little crowd out there. And some new artists coming up right out there. But if you recall, when we were coming up, there hadn't been any staple Augusta group or artist since Troy. You know what I'm saying? Around the time we were coming up, right? It had been like it was a little gap, man, where like we didn't really have any major local artists since Pastor Troy had been out there.
After him?
So remember Pastor Troy? All right, so we had the Pastor Troy phase, and then like leading up to like when we started doing our thing, it wasn't really no like major. You know, everybody was trying to go up to Atlanta rather than like do the Augusta thing.
No, I ain't gonna say that. Because I definitely very vividly recall, you know what I'm saying, Millionaires and Players, Verbal Abusers, Slew.
Millionaires and Players was before Troy, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you saying after Troy?
After Troy.
Oh no, you're right on that part. So that's why I didn't know if you were saying before or after Troy.
Yeah. I'm talking about after. So if you talk about from like,
and then you still had some. You had TK and Cash. You had Concrete Boys, who was Boulevard Mart. But and granted, yes, they definitely did go move to Atlanta and do their thing. But as far as being active in Augusta, no, you did have Pimpzilla.
Pimpzilla, yeah. So it was us, Pimpzilla, you
Operation
guys,
Kush,
5 Dub,
520. But 520 was a little bit. 520. So you had So you had Millionaires and Players at one point. You had I'm just gonna say Franchise Boys.
Franchise, right?
Southern Crime Family.
Southern Crime Family for sure.
Damn,
Southern Crime. All right.
Well, what was the they had the studio on Lumpkin Road. Man, what was the name? Because they had Spielberg was in there producing.
So that was,
and it was somebody else.
But that was later on when Spielberg then went over there. That was later on because
no. What I'm getting at is you had a phase. You had a consistent phase, and even after Troy, you still had Operation Kush. You know what I'm saying? You had other people that were still going. You had Blue Marley. You had Hot Shot. You had P. Put It in Green. So I think it was still consistent. It just eventually kind of fizzled off. But you had a phase after Troy.
Right. All right. So this is what I'm saying though. Right. That phase that happened after Troy, they didn't have the resources of Troy. Right. Troy had went already to the A. Right. And those folks had to get it out the mud and do it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was Pimpzilla, Impact Strong, Millionaire Player, whoever it was. Right. They all had to like figure out a way to do it without. You know what I'm saying? Because the radio stations weren't really like helping at that time. You know what I'm saying? We had to get it out the mud, right? So as it pertains to the poetry, like I'm extremely familiar with getting it out the mud. I'm extremely familiar with having the resources that one might want or need to start with some type of poetry journey, right? I can get it out the mud. So and if the Mahogany Lounge thing isn't where you want it to be at right now, you don't know if you're gonna bring it back yet, then we get it out the mud, man. We make it happen. We figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
But I've also did revamps. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, I had a small stint with the Augusta Cigar Club where I was doing the Vibe House, which is a smaller version of it. So I would have poets, comedians, live bands. So what I'm getting at is we had a pivotal point. So I don't know if it would be something new birthed from that, or if that would come back around, or it'd be a little like something totally different. But the fact that you and people still want to have poetry, definitely means that it's room for that. It's just that for some years, Augusta slowed all the way down when it came to that.
I feel you.
Like, I moved to Charlotte, and a friend of mine was like, man, the poetry been different since you've been gone, and you're a hip-hop artist. And it's like, we can't survive like that. And I'm like, I don't know.
That's deep. That drill music, man. Drill music kill poetry.
But I think the pandemic more than anything.
Yeah, probably.
Because when the pandemic happened, for events in general, when you came back, it's almost like the Thanos snap. A lot of stuff that was there wasn't there anymore because it didn't survive.
Yeah, real shit.
So we lost, like for me, on the business end, I lost major venues that were definitely, I had good relationships with, that were profitable, that I can do things with, as well as at the same time, the poets that I'm working with, You know, I had poets back in the day be like, man, look, I need to come down there, man. I need some gas money. Come on. You know what I'm saying? But they, start building their brand. So you have to go up. I can't get that same person for $250 no more. You know what I mean? Sometimes they want 1,000, 1,500, or whatever the case may be, or $3,000. But at the same time, the city didn't grow with it.
Right.
So and again, I'm noticing it in other markets. It's not just Augusta though. I'm noticing it in other markets too, where it's one of those things. So you still have pockets where you still have those who are definitely holding it down and still keeping it available. It's just not as embraced as it once was before.
I respect that. Yeah, I think the nightlife, Augusta nightlife, right? We kind of outgrew it, right? As it pertains to like grown and sexy time, right? You know what I'm saying? You want to get fly with your old lady. You want to step out and have a nice dinner and a nice moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice experience, man. I think so. I still think there's definitely a space for it.
Mm-hmm.
We just
Got to figure out what
gotta
it
figure
looks like.
out. Yeah, we gotta figure out what it look like. That's real.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah. So, all right. So you'll be back in May. Matter of fact, when we get off camera, you gonna be in Georgia this weekend?
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's some events that is in the A that's going on. I think Teresa Songbird is a poet who comes pretty heavily.
I'm
here
familiar.
Too. I think she got something Saturday. I'll be on the road Ratchet Bingo, but
Okay.
I'm gonna check on that because it's that, and then I know like Blues the poet is in Charlotte. JC the poet, I think he's in Charlotte still too. So like I said, you still got some pockets where people are still active. It's just not as much as it once was. But
Facts.
like I said, everything, even right now with music now, like a lot of people complain about the hip hop, but I'm like, nah, this is a rebirth because now what's happening is people who have quality music are being embraced on a mainstream level versus it just being about some goofy ass story or some silly shit. You know what I'm saying? So same for poetry. I think it could be a time where it's time. Okay, you slow it down.
Right.
Now we got something that's bring it back around.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely want to see it. Definitely want to see it. Is something that you silently battling that you got in your poetry?
So it's something that I'm silent about. So like I said, about 95% of the things that I write isn't about me.
Okay.
It's about other people's experience.
Okay.
The things I wrote. So for instance, last year, I lost 3 childhood friends in like a week. They and when I talk about childhood friends, I'm not talking about the guys who like I was little with and we came up together. I'm talking about those people that we went to high school together for a little bit, and you see them out and about, and it's always love, but you don't never really, you know what I'm saying? And y'all don't stay in contact,
Yep.
And you go 2 or 3 years, don't talk to them, right? I would that losing those 3 childhood friends in a week's time frame that inspired me to write about that. I wrote a piece called Treasures. I'll let you hear a little something. It was I was scrolling through social media and I saw a post from your people. It said R.I.P. to bro until we meet again, and immediately my stomach knotted up. And though we had spoken on multiple occasions, obviously not enough. And without going into the situation that led to your demise and my retina precipitation, I must say, for the first time in a long time, I felt lost. See, when a childhood friend passed, you're immediately reminded of your own mortality. But more important, you're reminded of how many relationships become a casualty of growing old. And so it goes on and on until you're at the gas station and you bump into them at the pump. And you talk for hours about the old neighborhood and skipping school after lunch, a bunch of inside jokes and a whole lot of remember wins. Then, just like that, your partner is in the win. You exchange numbers for like the 7th time. You say you're going to call them at a better time. You think about it, but you never try them. And you never think of them ever dying until it happens. I wish there was a way to know that we were in the good old days while we were still in them. Like if we knew that the last time we sat on Mama porch was going to be the last time we sat on Mama porch, I would have treasured that laughter more. No, literally. I would have placed it in the chest, buried it in a place marked by X, and today I would have dug up that treasure in your memory. Rest in peace, old friends.
That's hard.
You feel me?
That's hard.
Yeah. So sometimes I'm inspired in that way, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then other times I hear a story and I'll tell that story.
No, that's real. I ain't gonna lie. I've definitely had those moments.
Right.
A lot of times, it's really weird for me is that I've had at least 3 different people that I used to get money with. It's not here. And it's weird to be in a space and, you know what I'm saying, you know how you learn the things you learn from the people you learn from.
Amen.
And now you're enjoying a certain level of success, but those who was around in the beginning ain't here no more.
Eesh.
Like that definitely is like, and then even in those circles, the people that was around us are starting. You know what I'm saying? So
Gone, bro.
that when you put that one out, let me know.
No doubt.
Cause that's definitely something real.
Yeah, man. And that's something that I have to deal with a lot with being away too, right? I watch the landscape of Augusta change. When I drive down 15th Street past Josie and all that, and I see sunset out there, bro.
Yeah.
When you know what I'm saying, or when I drive down, down eastbound, and I see all the projects closed up, man, this is unreal for me because it seemed like yesterday that shit was right there. You know what I'm saying? And I have that same situation with friends, whether they're old Impact Strong homeboys and whatnot, just not to have these people in your lives that were once there. You know what I'm saying? And you so used to that. You know what I'm saying? It's different. For sure.
So, for poetry, are you looking? This is a calling. Are you just good with your calling, or are you looking to really branch off into? Is this like a extension of your career?
So I've made enough money, and not saying like I'm wealthy or anything, but I've chased the money.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's all about the purpose. That's all it's about for me. You know what I'm saying? My kids are straight. You know what I'm saying? My family's good. It's time to put a little focus on me for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm meant to do. And again, when moving in this, and this is for everybody, bro. When you're moving in your purpose, you know what I'm saying? Everything else works out for you. It's when you're fighting that. When you're fighting that purpose and you're trying to, you know what you're supposed to be doing, but you're doing everything else other than that. That's when you're going to see all of the issues and trauma in your life. Since I've been on this path, I have been stress-free. I have been happy. I have been, meeting the right people, doing the right things. It's just everything's been working out, and I'm gonna keep moving this way.
Gotcha.
I'm cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's
all
tough.
day.
That's tough.
Real shit.
Anything you want to leave the people with?
Oh man, shit. Nah, man, just moving. You know, what I'm saying? We got a lot of history, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Good laughs, man. I gotta tell you.
Hold on. Matter of fact, before we do that, give me your craziest Impact Strong story. Can you legally say it?
No, I can't legally. I can say probably my most memorable.
Okay.
My most memorable. I think you was there though. I don't know. Were you there for the album release party at Soundtrack?
I don't think so.
Okay, I know Pimp Zilla was there. Man, damn, crazy Impact Strong story. Yeah, that's some shit I can't say. Dog.
That's cool.
That's cool. But
But you know what? That again, I just had a conversation with Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, you know what I'm saying? All of this history we got to start documenting. I ain't gonna lie, that part of this platform is for that because it's a lot of untold stories for Augusta.
Man.
It's a lot.
Wow.
And people have no idea. These were the days before social media, so it's not a lot of documentation of it.
Thank God, bro.
Thank
God, man. Hey,
man.
Yeah. I don't know how I can look my kids in the eyes. They knew what their dad was out here doing back in the day, Jack.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? But we fact is, we still here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We lost a lot of homeboys, I'll tell you about who I bumped into. I had a little cookout at the crib the other day, and some people can't do it. You know them though, and I'll tell you about that off camera and shit.
okay.
But yeah, man, it's amazing how many people locked up, how many people dead, just how many people done got caught up in the street life or whatever, man. So I'm happy to still be here. I'm happy to have God's grace and to still be out doing my thing, man. So, and I'm happy to be sitting here next with my dog.
Yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes,
So,
sir. So on social media, they can follow you, Malik.
The Drunken Poet. That's DA Drunken Poet on TikTok and on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You can find me there, man.
Cool.
Check out some of the content. Come out to some of the shows. It's all love.
Bet. Yeah. So man, I appreciate you stopping through. Like I ain't gonna lie, like these conversations, like I really appreciate it because it bring back some things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like some good moments. But
Straight up.
hey man, this is another episode of Dinner with the Dealer, man. We out.